Hi. Excuse me. Alright, welcome to this place. Welcome back if you're returning. So, happy birthday, Virgo. Happy birthday. I'm hoping this will be able to actually be posted before your season's over, but it's a big deal. So, even if you find this later, the energy is around Virgo. Hi, Boyd. There's 2 eclipses during this season. That bird just took shit while I was flying. I saw it. Nice. You gotta go when you gotta go. I mean, it's a natural process, right? But anyway, 2 eclipses is kind of big. Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. So the energy, I guess, that's sort of foundational, again, is Virgo. Let's talk about this in the eclipse energy. So Virgo is all about looking over the details, right? It's seeing what's there, seeing what's missing. It has an energy of, to me, of foundation, but it's like not absolutely like building the foundation. It's more of looking at what's already been built. Because when we come around to Capricorn, right, when we move forward, if you will, then it's, you know, it's like, okay, really, it's better that we know what's happening. So there could be a few things that are a little discouraging in this time, in the sense of, if we look at this foundation of eclipse, it's really good to be honest. Virgo to me is very honest, or it should be, about what's happening in a positive and negative. Negative to me is not a negative thing. It's looking at things appropriately. It's looking at things honestly. And if for some reason there's anything that's happening right now where the foundation is not solid or it needs to be fixed, then it has a likelihood that it could be fixed. If for some reason the foundation of things, doesn't mean everything, but in certain areas of life are not, if it's too crumbly, if it's too cracked, if it can't hold the weight of something, then it may be one of those situations like where it's kind of like a tower. In the sense that with an eclipse, basically what we're talking about too is, you know, sometimes we can fix things again, and we have an ability to use our free will. Other times with eclipses, because they're powerful and they run in these larger cycles, there are some things that we just can't do anything about, and that's where I think the honesty of Virgo is really important. Now, the cool thing is Virgo to me is an incredibly intelligent sign. It's ruled by Mercury, right? Mercury is actually exalted there. So there's an ability to be able to fix some things if you want to, figure out some things. I sense the foundations are not only within oneself, although to me Virgo is also the hermit, so we're looking at this like internal structure, but this is also how we, the other end of it, Pisces, like connect with others, you know, who we're connecting to emotionally or financially. Pardon me. So there's that. I figured we're gonna try to go through the signs. Hopefully, let me check. Let me see if I can do this. Actually, hold on. Are we still there? Yes. Okay, let's see. Virgo. Let's split it in half. One more time. Let me find the right place. I was a little fast there. Just a second. It's kind of like, you know, you're excited. If you sit with it, you'll probably find a little bit more of exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. All right, let's look at Virgo energy. Let's see what's happening. Oh, 2 of these, 1 of those. Huh, I've never combined these before. Hold on. All right, did it. If there's a problem, I'll solve it. Pick up the pieces. So, someone's willing to work on something. Someone frees themselves from something. Maybe they take up a leadership position. That might be needed. I mean, somebody's got to do it, right? Now, I read the cards intuitively, not technically, but for some reason, I tried to roll a spliff, and I don't even like spliffs, but I can't pry my pipe. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I rarely smoke weed, but it tastes bad to me right now. It's like, no, I don't want that. I already knew that I didn't like it. I don't know why I'm even trying to do it. I guess I wanted it, but it's not the way I want it. So I did it anyway, and it just proved to me that I already knew what I was talking about. Alrighty. Pegasus and the Tree of Life. Those are interesting cards. The Pegasus and the Tree of Life. Do you see anything? Well, Pegasus is mystical, right? Most of these cards are like spider, hawk, ocean, butterfly. Pegasus and Tree of Life. These all seem... Pegasus is mythical again, and it's a combination of two animals, right? Like a winged one and a four-legged. And then the Tree of Life is this really esoteric, old, ancient knowledge. So some of you have a mythical animal, mythical spirit animal. Ask Spirit for help. Ask your guides for help. Ask your ancestors for help. If for some reason you ask for help and you can't get it, try to say it a little bit different. If for some reason you ask and someone doesn't want to listen, it may be that people are on different levels. I don't really know how else to explain that. The Tree of Life, I keep seeing all those, what are they called, Sephiroths? It's like all these different dots, right? Like all these different little islands. And I guess it's good to remember that everybody's on a different island. Sometimes you're on the same island, sometimes you're on a different island. The Pegasus is I know, we're just rolling with it. This Pegasus, I keep seeing it like fly between you and your world and the spirit world. It's like the Pegasus brings information. Something brings a mythical animal, mythical creature. What one do you connect to? Brings... This could also be an animal that's in the spirit world, right? Because it's winged, so it's spirit, but again, it has four legs. But anyway, they're bringing some kind of information down here to help a person solve a problem, or to figure out at least how to acknowledge maybe their weakness if they're not the one solving it. Okay, now I turned it around. Like, once that information was known, then something turns around. What happens after this? Page of Pentacles, so you learn something. I mean, that seems pretty standard, but it's... Maybe someone's trying to prove something. If you have children, they could also be acting very independently. This could be nice, where you're like, wow, you're growing up, someone's growing up, they're taking more of a adult, if you're taking up a leadership position, you're being more adult about it, right? It's not acting like the baby. So if they're this could be very positive in ways of growth, but they're still at a very beginning stage. Someone's at a beginning stage of something. Who's the leader? Who's the leader of your friend group? This could also just be plainly like who someone's hanging out with. Like what do they say? The top 5 people, maybe I heard maybe God's trying to give a real basic lesson right now. You can apply this as you may. I'm seeing like someone at work, I'm seeing someone creatively making something, like an art, music, something. Hi. seagull. What do they say? I wish I knew how to say it in Spanish still. I don't. I forgot. It's like, show me a person's top 5 friends, and I'll show you who they are, right? The top 5 people you hang out with is who you are. So maybe you just want to think about that. Could be about yourself. I guess we're splitting hairs here, but I guess we maybe need to, that it's necessary for someone to think about this in and of themselves, but also to think of it in ways of other people that they're connected to. You know what I mean? Okay. Huh. Alright, I guess we're meant to leave it like that. So we're going to move along. Do we move to fire or air? Air. So we're going to Libra. Alright, we don't split it. Got it. Libra. Hi, Virgo. Bye, Virgo. See you next time. Libra, hi. Happy almost birthday. What do you got? Okay. Smarter, not harder. Smarter, not harder. Wisdom is the key. I heard better to do something slowly or in stages. That is what actually is the way to go about it correctly. Stages. If you try to do it all at once, if you try to do it if you try to do it all at once, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna have too much stress. You know when you're thinking about all the things you gotta do, and then all of a sudden, like, you're exhausted? Or you get anxious about it, and you're like, fuck, I got so much to do. Like, or all this has to get done. Okay, I heard okay. It's okay. 12-12, it's okay. You can take a break. You can take a half an hour break and then get back to it. Maybe some of you want to work in... What did he steal? Scavenger bird, you know? They take what they can get. I wonder if that is a kind of a negative karma if you come back as a scavenger. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to it. I keep seeing a tomato. A tomato. It's ripe. It's got the little green thing on top, so like comes straight from the plant. Maybe you want to time yourself when you're doing things. Is it timing? I could see that some of you could also like blow out your back or like hurt your shoulder or your neck, or it's something where it's kind of like overexertion. Again, it could just be mental with this owl energy, but when we'd already talked about these kinds of things, so let's move forward. Be wise. So like if you have to do some heavy lifting, then stretch first. Even if you stretch first, do your heavy lifting, you're going to be able to do a lot, but then all of a sudden you just could push yourself too far, and then what happens is because you hurt yourself, I don't know how this would be, but like something sort of, it's where like it stops you and makes you sit down, right? Then you're actually going to be annoyed that you can't do. This is what's happening. Someone gets annoyed that they can't continue to do things, but that's because they pushed it too fast, too hard in the beginning. You want to break it up. Are we just repeating now? So your message is really simple. Just smarter, not harder, Libra. Make a list. Put your timing. We're just going over everything. Stretch before you do things. You're wise enough to know what's going on. You don't have to get everything done in a day. I'm also seeing like a year from now. I was seeing October to the end of the year, in the beginning, and then like a sort of a year from now, or like 10 months from now. Maybe some of you change your job. Or maybe there's some things, if you're stressing about some things that have to do with a year from now or farther down the line, not say like not just your birthday coming up, goodness gracious. I heard take a load off. You could take a day off. Some of you maybe just need that. You might just need a day off. Doesn't mean you're ultimately relaxing. You might need that day off from this other thing so that you can focus your energy and put energy towards this, again, something else. Does this make sense? All right. We'll leave it like that. You got it. All right. Scorpio. 1551. Cool. Scorpio, the Rose and the Hierophant. So you're married. Or someone's married. Someone's in love with somebody. They're committed. Rose, I love you. I love you. If you're married, that's your person. I heard through thick and thin. All the roses and all the 1616. You could go through multiple towers with them. You still stay together. This is the kind of thing we're talking about. So even if you're not married right now, I guess what we're talking about is and even if you are, we're talking about also your own commitment to yourself. And maybe this is a commitment to spirit too. Because I'm seeing, oh my God, gosh. Remember when we talked about the oath? The oath. You know, you were making an oath to your... It's like, I pledge allegiance... Oh, that was Libra. I pledge allegiance to... myself and God. Like, I pledge my allegiance. I am... You're my ally. You're my ally. You're my ally. Thank you. Maybe it's just extending a kind hand. There's I heard new commitment on love too. So some of you could have just recently committed yourself to something that's really, really beautiful. And I would sense that this wouldn't come if you were like mad at your ex, or like mad at love. If there was resentment, if there was like, I heard pissy pants kind of folks. I don't think that this would come through like this. So someone's in a good place. Congratulations. But I keep seeing those thorns on the rose. I mean, I guess that's part of it. If you are more in the thorn section to what you're committed to, you keep pricking yourself. I mean, Hierophant sometimes is very wise counsel. Some of you, it's your anniversary. Somebody's anniversary. It's an anniversary. God wants you to love. Which eye is stronger for you? Which eye is clearer? I guess that's your masculine and your feminine. There's this infinity too. So this is also two. Some of you have been married multiple times, right? There's multiple relationships also. Maybe there's just a lot of forgiveness in there. The Rose and the Hierophant. There's roses on this guy too. Can you see that? My Jupiter fingers are really stiff right now. So I heard if things feel hard, maybe you want to back up and observe it instead of getting involved in it. Certain things when they're happening. Because they keep seeing those thorns, and then someone like sticks their hand in, but they see them, but they grab them anyway. They're trying to get the rose, like pull it towards them. But if they just backed up, the wind would blow it, so you could just bend over and like sniff it. You know what I mean, or be a part of it. But if a person tries to grab it, they're just gonna hurt them. It's like I don't know. Just back up. Back up. And look closely when you can, but I heard not with your hands. Not with your hands? Huh. There's a lesson about the rose, too. What tarot cards have the rose on them? Oh, there is that Lenormand deck called something roses. But the death card has roses. What other cards have roses? Or maybe it's just like when they're around. I'm seeing someone like go into a room or a place, and there's roses there. Huh. All right. I guess we're moving along. This is good energy for you. So I heard just be positive. I need to say one thing. If you are single and for some reason someone's like, "Hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. Do you want to date me? I'm proposing to you?" Or especially if you met them, if it's too soon and they're already like, "You want to go on vacation or you want to meet my parent?" Obviously a little back up. Don't use your hands, right? So if there is a big commitment offered to you, or you're about to offer it to somebody, if you offer it to somebody else, they could take it, but I don't know if they someone could take it quickly, but I don't know if they're thinking about it. You should think about it, sleep on it, make a pros and cons list, talk to God about it, talk to your dojo, talk to somebody you think is wise, or listen to somebody that you think is wise. It may help you. All right. Sagittarius. Holy. The mountain and the judgment card. So either someone's getting a mountain or they're getting over a mountain. I feel like someone's at a peak of something, so they have a good point of view. Oh, what's that song? That old blues song? Oh no, it's a church song. God, don't move that mountain. I'm strong enough. Look, I'm strong enough to handle it. That's not the words exactly. I'm not good at quoting things. Sorry. I'll try to. I won't remember to find it, but it. God, don't move that mountain. I know I can do it. It's like, not exactly like I'm gonna prove it to you. Like, yeah, I want to prove it. It's just a person knows that something is there for a reason, and therefore they're like, okay, that's the path. That's the path. I feel like the mountains all seem like they're in the distance, though. See how there's mountains like in this card back here? These seem like you wouldn't be able to see these peaks if you were in the valley. So, someone, again, this is showing me a good position. So if you've been struggling, this is Capricorn energy, Capricorn Scorpio energy too. So, this could be financial. Maybe some of you have, like, were hurting for money and now you're feeling better. Or like, what does money bring? It makes you feel like, okay, I'm solid. I'm on top of my game. I can afford my groceries. Like it's like, but you know what? Whatever you need though, if it hasn't showed up yet, whatever you need, it may take a little bit of your strength with this mountain to do it. It could be literally like you got to Capricorn, like, work for it, right? You need money. Okay, you might have to put in some more hours, but no, God, you don't need to move that mountain. I don't need to win the scratch ticket lottery right now. I need to just have the energy to do what I need to do to handle it. Does that make sense? It also, good attitude really helps it too, right? Like, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I just work. I heard I just worked a double shift. You know, like, I am so great because you know what happens after we go through something tough, right? Be like, you work a long day, you work a lot, you put a lot of energy into something. What happens? Well, you feel good, right? All fire does, especially. Feels wicked good about. Rather, I'll take that back. Feels incredibly good when things like that are accomplished, right? So if you've been putting in some good energy, I feel like you feel the reward of that. Libra, which is a friend of yours, a connection to you, a positive connection to you, did talk about work also, but not going so far that you're hurting yourself. So if you happen to be a person that overdoes it a lot, please go to their reading. Go listen to their wisdom, you know. The Mountain and Judgment. Wow. I would look at your Capricorn house if you're aware of that. I would look at your Saturn. Also, this is also Saturn. So some of you, like, weren't feeling very well, or you were wondering, you're like, I heard, am I okay? Someone say, am I okay? And it's like, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. So, because, okay, what's the mirror of this? I'm seeing, like, Moon and Pisces energy. So someone's being intuitive, but they also have to be they could have to be vulnerable. Like, look, well, I heard if you need more money, then someone needs to have, I heard, the bolas to ask for more hours. And maybe you have to explain, or like maybe some of you need a little time off, or you need help, or you need whatever you need. You are going to have to ask for it. You are going to have to put in more energy to make it happen, but it's not, I heard, it's not that big a deal. It almost feels, I'm seeing the word verbal. This could also be plainly praying to God. This could kind of be where, like, a prayer comes true, or like something you've been, I don't know if it's exactly a wish, but it's something. Oh, Saturn and Pisces, right? What are we talking about? So there's something in somebody's heart that they asked for. They asked God for it, might have prayed about it. It's like, yes, I want this in my life. And I feel like there's a consciousness to that. But, and it's so cool, rather, not but, and it is so neat when what a person consciously wants and what they unconsciously say in their heart their soul need to learn, right? This mountain is about, to me, about learning. It's like when those line up, right? When those line up. Thank you. Friggin' rollies. Last time I smoked rollies on the porch a lot was when we were in Pennsylvania, right? How long ago was that? 2018? So when all the big planets go direct, when Saturn goes direct too is also the end of November, right? It basically is like getting into your birthday. It's so awesome to be around so many people. I usually don't see that many. It's been nice to socialize. But I also know, like, winter's coming, right? The seasons are changing, and so when that change comes along, then there's going to be less of something. I guess that's maybe why I'm getting in now. You know, getting it, not like getting it done. It's not like a check it off the list kind of thing. It's just, I know this is what I needed, but that isn't actually why I decided to consciously be here. Decided consciously to be here because of something else. And that thing happened, plus a bunch of other things, but then this other thing, too. And really, I don't know if I've truly, like, really sat with and acknowledged that as deeply as I just have. I'm okay, that's good. All right, that's a good talk. I like that conversation you're having with yourself. Okay. So you're good. I feel like you're good. Is this mountain anything you need to be concerned about? King of Cups. No, I don't think so. I mean, let me back up in case you missed the beginning. If for some reason this judgment is about looking at things logically. It's about God taking the wheel sometimes, and again, there are some things that we'll be able to do during this season, especially as we enter this eclipse season, but there will be some things that we can't do anything about, right? We can make it's just people are the way that they are. Things are the way that they are. I don't think you have a way to fix something that is broken, but you have awareness to know what is broken, so I guess you don't waste your time trying to fix things that aren't your business. Okay. And that are unfixable. It's like you can move on. You can move on. Maybe some of you need to hear that. Is that about someone that could be about death? You can move on. Grief. You can move on. Okay? I just got a really soft, it was like someone was hugging me like around my heart. You can move on, alright? Alright. Speaking of Capricorn, I feel like, by the way, since you're still here, Sag, I would suggest actually watching the next round of Capricorn as we move along, because I feel like that's Saturn, maybe even Aquarius, if you want some extra information. Because this is a big lesson, whatever this is. This is not a little thing. This has to do with really big things. But I see, again, if this is going deeper into the future and what you're trying to achieve, where you're trying to go, please watch Libra, because that'll give you, they're exalted in Saturn, of course. It all makes sense once we give it some time. Starting to get cold. Let's move forward. Capricorn. Oh, wow. So you're in love with a Leo. An old lover comes back to you. There's a very passionate love affair. This could also be like really creative, intimate. Oh, I love when you talk about love, Capricorn. That usually is not the jam coming off, but you literally have look at these cards, how bright they are for you. Look at Sag. Pretty, like blue, it's kind of cool, right? It's cool. And then this is so warm. What a difference. What a contrast. You're the brightest one on the board, actually. Nice. Okay, so there's a choice. There's a heart-centric choice. That's the way you're supposed to... Is that the way you're supposed to make it? Yeah. Is that your strong suit? How has that worked out for you? Maybe that's what you're healing. This feels sexual. It feels... It's vulnerable. I guess that's sexual, right? When you're having sex, you're naked. Right? You're naked. You're showing somebody all of you, at least on the outside. People are showing each other, all of them, on the outside. So maybe what's important here is to also know what's going on the inside. What's going on in their heart. Let's talk about dating just for a second. Let's touch on some I feel like we got to touch on some basic things, like a reminder. And this, I heard, this doesn't have to be romantic. It's like, I guess, what are we trying to say? Pay attention to what people talk about. Because not everyone is, some people are unconscious magicians, right? They show you stuff on the outside, but that isn't who they really are in the inside. All the time. I don't know, we winked. Is that like body language, right? What you wink at me for? Oh, is someone winking at you? Hey, hot stuff. That's a bad wink. Hey, someone's a funny winker, or they're like a cute. It might just be flirty. It doesn't even have to be like that. Like, I don't know. It seems lighthearted. Something seems lighthearted. Good for you. You freaking deserve that. I feel like most Capricorn most of the time you're ruled by Saturn. It's so serious. You gotta work. You gotta do all the things, and it's just like all you want is love, right? I mean, maybe some money, but like love helps things. It makes it fun. Maybe some of you are finally steady enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to date. Yeah, I do want to have a love affair. Yeah, I do want to flirt with somebody. Yes, you can flirt. I don't know. Like, you can be. I don't know. You can go sign up for that. I heard that new drawing class. Some of you are the person sitting there though too. I heard, yeah, show all of you. Again, it's so interesting because it isn't who someone is that all the time. So it's not like someone's trying to be who they aren't. They're just trying to be a part of them that maybe, I heard, sometimes they hide. Okay. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. There is a choice to be made. It's meant to be made with courage. It's meant to be made. It would be best to not be made lustfully. Some of you could just decide to fuck somebody, to be plain. Whatever, no judgment. They really like you though. Like, say you wanted to do something casually. Like, again, like, say you weren't. I'm trying to find the right example. It's not really coming through. I don't know how to explain it. I heard it again. Listen to your heart. I guess if you're involved, someone may be kind of like, do you love me? Still? Like, someone's language of love is touch also. And they're kind of like starting to notice that something isn't happening as much, I heard, as it should. That could be subjective, because I'm going back to these languages of love, and you know how like some people are like, well, you haven't got me a gift in a long time, and it's just like, but I don't do gifts. You know, or someone's just like, doesn't need to be touched all the time, but someone else does. It's like someone may need some, so maybe partners are different, or maybe people are just acknowledging the differences between things. That I feel like that's okay too. Oh, now I'm seeing that. All right, I guess we kind of said it. I feel like if we keep talking about this, we're just going to say the same thing that we've already said. All right. There's also a weak man here. Like a masculine acts more like a feminine. But the feminine's just like, but I want to be a woman. Why are you acting like a woman? Like, I got to tell you what to do? And they're like, God, can you please help him? God help you. All right. I guess we got to move on. You'll figure that out. At least start with your heart. But if for some reason it's lustful, it's a pheromone, then I would use your head first too. If that ephemeral thing could be like, could turn into a serious thing. Pity sex? Well, because I heard someone say, I feel sorry for you. So someone's trying to do something for somebody else because they feel like that's what they need to do. But what that person, what needs to happen is that person needs to do it for themselves. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily for all of you. I hope that made sense. Okay, we're gonna move along. Aquarius. Whoa. Okay, so you have a crystal, or you have a stone, a rock, something you can hold. It's real. Oh, we talked about roses earlier. There's roses on this queen. Who had roses? Scorpio. That's your square. Okay. It's one of your basic lessons, right? Scorpio. Okay. Oh, you got a 2. Listen to your heart. So some of you are also doing well financially, or someone's doing well financially. They have things of value in their hands. I don't want that. Blech. Sorry. I already didn't want it before, and I said no. I've said no to myself about that so many times, and then I wanted it again. But why? It didn't fulfill me. So I heard be intuitive. Trust yourself. If for some reason your body is like, no, please don't. Please don't. I would also clean your crystals. I would clean your jewelry. I would polish your silverware. I heard dust behind. Pull things out. Dust behind it. Pull things out. See what's behind there. This doesn't feel like heavy shadow work. If you're relating it that way, go for it. But it doesn't feel like that to me. I think it's more of like, I heard, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be? I'm seeing someone spin a crystal, or spin like, it's not a bottle, but it kind of like lands a certain way. Maybe there's a map. Kind of see a map. But it's not actually like going there right now. It's trying to figure out like which way to go. But you have time. And technically I see from now, because this is September, right? From this Earth month, Mercury, until like the new year, you can kind of chill on something if you want to. If you are considering investing, or you have like, again, like a good amount of money, it's interesting, but whatever, again, you have of value here, I almost feel like you could invest that if you want to. I would not spend on things that you already have that are unnecessary, right? Maybe some of you collect crystals or something. It's kind of suggesting like you don't need any crystals unless some like magical one just came across your path. But it might almost be more like you find a rock on the ground. It's like you run into it. You're not looking for it. So if something comes to you that you already have, and you, let's rewind. If you're walking down the path, something comes to you, and it is something that you already have, well, I guess check in with yourself. Is that for me? Or is that just like for me to take and hold and carry with me for a while? Or is this just for me right now, and then I let go of it, and then I move along the path? Does it make sense? That's what you want to ask yourself. I just saw someone with a crystal necklace, or maybe you come across someone with. It's kind of big. It's not like tiny. It's good sized. Although now I'm seeing something a little bit more delicate, but originally larger. I don't think you need any jewelry or clothing, again, unless it's necessary. All right. Sometimes Queen of Pentacles to me is also like a financial advisor or a. This isn't like a big corporation though. This is like a mom and pop or like a credit union. You know, something where like it involves the community. So maybe a person says, if you're wondering about your value within your community, you don't need to worry about that. Whether we're talking about your own skill set, what you bring to the table, basically, your value. You don't need to, if for some reason you're like, I don't know if I'm good at this. Like, I don't know if I'm respected. I don't know. If it's like that coming back on yourself in ways of insecurity, I heard please don't. It's untrue. You're just that's just that undercurrent, I guess, of Scorpio trying to sting yourself. You don't need to do that. You are a crystal. You are shining. I mean, maybe a beautiful woman. She's a part of this circle. Let's use her wisdom for a second. Or crystal, if you imagine a crystal, what does it look like? What color is it? How big is it? Is there anything inside of it? What's around it? Hi. Alright, we're gonna move along. Let's see Pisces. This might actually be the last sign. I don't know if I can go all the way. Oh, wow. Okay, you like Sag, which is a square. That's interesting, immutable. You can also let go of some grief that you've been dealing with. Like, you've come to the root of something. I feel like a person has finally come to the root of something. They acknowledge where those roots are healthy. I heard maybe sometimes what it means to now, oh, I know where the roots are. Okay, I need to repot this. This needs more space, right? There's also some things where a person realizes that there's like, I see these like waterlogged roots, kind of rotten roots. They're too soggy. It's in. I'm going back into the eclipse energy that we talked about in the beginning, which I'll give a synopsis of that right now in case you skipped ahead. It's like during this eclipse season and as we move forward, which is basically till your birthday, there are some things, again, that we can do something about. We can be like, wow, this plant is doing beautifully. It's a good time for it. It needs to be moved to this other place. I am going to give it some new soil, and it's going to be happy. All right, it's already happy, now it's going to be happy and grow even more. Some things are root or waterlogged. They're rotten. They're kind of rotten. They don't seem totally dead to me. But in that context, you may be able to save it, but it's going to take your energy. And you may have to acknowledge the fact that, like, when you go to replant that, or when you go to do that particular thing, it may not make it, right? It may not make it. And in that context, it's kind of like a que sera, sera. I feel like that's an important thing. Death and the root card, this is some pretty big stuff. If for some reason you get in there and it's more of an intuitive thing where it's just like the leaves are like, this is like fading. You know what I mean? Like, this is fading. This isn't doing well. I've been watering it. I moved it, gave it different light. I tried to do this. I tried to do that. And for some reason, it's still crapping out. I don't think a person exactly like gives up, but I saw them where they didn't even bother to check the roots because they knew there was just something wrong with it, and they just put it out. They put it over there outside, like so it can just. But that means that they're not dealing with it then fully. Maybe there might be a piece of that happening now. Someone not dealing with something fully. I guess this could also give time in this space and time. Oh, right. To, okay, in Virgo season, according to the Hindus, so I was reading, according to, this is a time to actually honor the dead, to honor the deceased. That which you've met, that which weighed it back down the line, but especially that which you know, that you have known. You've touched them, it's a part of you. You can honor them in this season. Feel free to look it up. I don't remember the technical names or rules around it, but I just found it beautiful. Of course it would be in Virgo season, right? That we would honor Pisces, this other dimension of that which is passed on, which is no longer in our lives. So we can forgive it, so we can heal from it, so we can it's just, right? Everything is one. Right. Here's the mirror. Now, I do have to mention this. I feel like you would already know, a person would already know, but if there's anyone in your family that is how do I explain this? I feel like the matriarchy, patriarchy feels more like patriarchy for some reason. The father's side. It's like that, maybe that changes. Like maybe someone's grandpa goes, right? Or someone's uncle goes, or someone's dad goes. It's one of those kind of major figures within the family, the root. That's what it feels like to me, the root. It's if this death has already happened and it's been, years, it's like, again, this is giving you an opportunity to it's giving you an opportunity. I guess to kind of blast through is what I sort of see. It's like you don't get tangled up in the weeds anymore as much. If you know that there is a death coming soon in your family, it may just be that they're getting older or they're getting sick. I mean, some of you, this could be a pet too. It's human, however the soul's showing up. If that's the case, love them. Forgive them. Say what you have to say. I heard you may not get everything your way. Maybe this is what has happened. Pardon me. Well, this is pretty big. I guess root is also home. Some of you could be considering moving home too. I didn't see that till now, sorry. You could also be moving home or considering it. It's considering, like, again, I guess we talked about that. It's kind of like that uprooting, right? It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna move this, right? Yeah, so we did say it. She didn't say it technically, but you knew what we were talking about, right? 53, 35. I guess that's all we're supposed to do. All right, if some of you are here, you're still here, because we only went Virgo to Pisces. Remember, if you're a Gemini, watch Virgo. If you are a Taurus, watch Libra. If you are a Aries, watch Scorpio. If you are a... Wait, did we skip over Cancer? Did we skip over the moon with the eclipse? Hold on. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Yeah, we did. Interesting. All right, anyway. If you I guess if you're a moon or a sun, you go where you want. Okay. Guess that's that. My battery's gonna run out on the phone and in my body. So that's what I got. That's what I have to share. I hope this was helpful. I like that there are multiple signs talking about releasing grief and understanding. 2 signs, what was it? Sag and Libra talked about the flux of energy. Virgo gave the purely spiritual message. Oh yeah, Sag and Pisces gave the one about death and grief. Sag and Libra was how to deal with that. Capricorn was romantic. I don't remember what Scorpio said. It's a secret. Alright, I love you. Please take care. I hope you've been well. I really do love you, Virgo. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Libra. It's going to be great. It's going to be a nice... Autumn has definitely shown up. I mean, look at this. A full button-up, long-sleeve shirt. If I had lawn johns right now, I'd put them on. I'll kick out all my winter gear when I get home. Alright. I love you so much. Please take care. And happy eclipse season. I pray that it's good for you. And remember, it's that which there are things we can fix. Just be honest about the foundations of things. Right? How they began is very significant. And that just may help you to show you where you are and whether that is appropriate or how that relates to you, how that relates to, for instance, you and others. Right? Because we're obviously all building together in some kind of way, right? And I am very grateful for us, particularly growing together, growing and building together. It's a really beautiful thing. Even deconstructing, disintegrating, right? I realize that might be one of my tasks this time, but disintegration, I think it's a Plutonian thing. It's a form of creation, though, right? We have to. Okay, little rogue in me. Alright. Oh yeah, justice. Perfect. Good luck with everything. Peace out.